Hi BookTube, today I'm doing a review on I'm Not Dying With You Tonight by Kimberly Jones and Gilly Segal. I received an ARC of this at BEA. Originally it was supposed to come out October 1st, but the release date was bumped up, but the book was well worth it. I stayed up all night to read it. I knew I needed to sleep, but that's what iced coffee is for. Once I started to read it, I couldn't put it down. So summary, this book is in first person, told through 2 points of views. Hence the 2 authors, because each girl's voice is really unique. On the front cover of the book it says, "Not everything is black and white," and this novel is full of gray. So you have Lena and Campbell. Lena is black, Campbell is white. Lena has a huge personality and is established at the school. She knows how to fill a room and has no problem vocalizing it. Campbell is new and just wants to make it through her senior year. Campbell is used to being the last thing on anybody's mind and wants to make herself as small as possible. So through the whole book, she compares this new school to her old one. Like, for example, she talks about how at the concession stand at her old school, they would have cash registers instead of a cash box. The novel starts at a Friday night football game, which neither girl expects to explode. Everything is going fine. Lena has plans for after the football game. Campbell has, none. But a racist remark in the concession stand line causes chaos to ensue. So this throws both girls together, and they're not friends, but each one has a perception of the other. So as race riots take over the city, in order to get home safe, Campbell and Lena have to rely on each other. First off, the novel does a really good job of creating this very scary environment and creating a sense of urgency, but adding humor into it. There were parts I laughed at. I felt the high risk, the separate but similar views that plagued each character as they maneuvered through a really tense situation. The novel dealt with prejudice and violence. You have Campbell making assumptions about Lena's blackness, and Lena making assumptions about Campbell's family home business or her dad's business. Each girl brings her assumptions and fears into the story. It dealt with what happens when racist events are not dealt with at the initial occurrence. It dealt with, in my opinion, what happens when there's a lack of diversity in schools. How something can be seen as, oh, that's okay. Oh, it was just a joke. And how it can build and build and build until it finally snaps. This book didn't give an answer to how to fix the world, but it showed how friends can be found in unusual circumstances. I devoured this book, but I don't know what to think about it still. But I know one thing: be kind and combat racism, no matter how small it seems. Don't assume people are put together, especially if you haven't even bothered to talk to them. Nick Stone, who wrote Dear Martin, said that this is an addition to the YA race canon, which I completely agree. There's a lot of great decisions, great characters, and a lot of different ways to view different actions. This book deals with racism. The initial catalyst is not earth-shattering. There's no bodies left behind. But it shows what happens when racist events are not dealt with and how it sows a seed of okayness for racists. This isn't one of those stories where a white girl befriends a black girl, saves her, and fixes racism forever. At the end, there isn't a final solution to racism. This book actually reminded me about something that happened to my sister when she was in high school, which wasn't that long ago. Both of us went to primarily white schools. In high school, a few of the girls on her sports team made a poster that said "You Stupid N" and posted it on social media. It made local news, but it showed how having influential parents can make things go away. Because the racists didn't get pushed off of the team, or shown why it was wrong for them to do what they did. The one who suffered was my sister, who was the only black girl on the team. She wasn't even the one who brought attention to the racist, but by proximity, she was the one who received the repercussions of it. They made sure she didn't feel welcome on the team. Nobody stood up for her when the coach wasn't acting fairly to her. And eventually she left the team because of how she was being shut out. Like it was her fault for the girls being racist. So I think this is a great and discussable book for adults and teens. I think it would be a really good book club pick because there's so much that you can discuss about it. I flew through the book, but I kept thinking about it afterwards. If this event didn't happen, would things have been different? Stuff like that. So it kept playing through my mind. Like, what would have stopped all the riots and I still don't have an answer. So thanks for watching this video. Highly recommend this book. If you like Dear Martin, The Hate You Give, Warriors Don't Cry, then this is a good book for you to get. And it comes out on August 6th. So thanks for watching my review. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment.